Side to
You
side,
want to
but-
shift that over. There you go. Okay. So now hold the ball out in front of you. So if I put my hand here, you just push out to my hand. There you go. Now push towards me.
There you go.
Come back. That way. So if they get really good at it, then you can work on the speed of how quickly we do this, and then the muscles that they're contracting, they contract at a different rate. All right, how'd that feel?
Feels easy enough.
Okay.
Keep those hips forward.
Easy enough?
Yep.
All right, you ready?
Yep.
But you see how there's a lot you can do with the speed. Yeah, so if that starts to get to be
Up nice and tall.
Yep.
Yeah.
To reset your balance.
No, you
reset.
get too far away from
okay.
me.
Well,
There you go.
so you just bring the ball in, but
There you go.
yeah, that was good. So how that, did you feel your hips working to help
Oh,
balance?
yeah.
Yeah, because
Oh,
like
yeah.
we can't press your toes in there. We don't have an ankle, but you can use your hips to drive. Like if you're sitting there and you start to drift off to this side, right? Because you don't, and you have all your weight on this side still. What do you got to do? You got to shift. You got to drive that prosthesis down
Right.
to catch yourself.
Try shifting your hips toward your toes here a little bit.
Like the way you're standing right now, your hip is actually out off center.
And you're
Now, and I explain this to people all the time. Again, it goes back to that thing I remember in physical therapy. Stand up straight, get your weight centered. And I hear this in the patient room. You probably feel centered, don't you?
Yeah.
Right? You've been standing when you didn't have the prosthesis. Everything's shifting over. It's good to get somebody in front of a mirror. You got to see, because what you don't understand, or people, it's like, it feels like you're doing it. You got to understand. But this, if I push you over so that you're at center, you feel like that's exaggerated and you're actually going to that side.
Yeah.
You got to change your posturing.
Yeah. Something I'll do, Scott, is have them go left of center in this case, and then back to center, left to center, to
Yeah.
try to recalibrate that.
Yep, that's
so that you know what I mean, and then
recalibrate. That's a good way to put it, because that's what you got to do. You've shifted like this for 2 months.
Yeah.
While you're waiting to get on there, and now this is your normal where you're back. And plus, there's that fear factor too. We talk about 2 years to maximize what you can do in the prosthesis. You haven't gained all your this thing hasn't earned your confidence yet.
No.
I put some pylon on there, and I'm supposed to feel like I trust this now with my. No, that's it. But it does. Here's everything with the prosthesis. It's not about technology. It's about adapting, and that's the wonderful thing about the human body is how well we adapt, and that's where the time factor comes in. So, yeah, keep it up. Like I say, you had your amputation in August.
Yeah.
I mean, some pretty advanced stuff to be doing 2 months post-op.